Following on from my previous Metcalfe build video, I've decided to have a go at building a station platform. Now, I managed to get this on eBay. It must be fairly old because I'm pretty sure it's the older Metcalfe packaging. However, the kit should be the same as the newer ones. This is a bit of an experiment. I'm not totally decided on exactly what kind of station platform configuration I'm going to have as yet, or even what materials I'm going to be using. So as I managed to get this for, I think it was about £5.20 delivered or something like that. I think it's probably been sat in somebody's collection but not been built. I thought for a £5 I'll give it a go and see what it's like building these. If this doesn't go to plan, then I'll possibly go down the route of either making them from MDF, maybe plasterboard. Not too sure I like the idea of that, but I'll see how this comes out and how easy it is, and how easy it is to modify, or not so much modify, but how easy it is to build to exactly what I want, because it's apparently pretty versatile and you can build shapes and things like that. So I'll have a go with it and see what it's like. So now the packet's open, and this is exactly as I've taken it out of the packet. We have the instructions, which I'll try and follow to the letter, and then we have many different pieces. So these are pre-cut. I guess that's like a platform surface, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 sections like that, and then we have our strengthening pieces, I assume, and I'm guessing these sloped pieces are the platform ends. And then we have self-adhesive edging strips, and these are self-adhesive stone and tarmac. Can be used for unsightly joints. Right, so we'll put that one to one side for now because we're nowhere near needing that. Let's have a look at the instructions. Right, tells you the usual stuff you need. I'm going to be using Yoo-hoo. Right, planning your platform. Let's have a read of this and come back. Okay, so I've taken all the wall sections out of one of the pieces. I'm not going to do this in usual Metcalfe style by creating like a builder's yard or anything like that. I'm going to cut pieces as I go, because each sheet you get is the same as the next. So after removing all of the wall sections, you're left with this. Now it's got one wall section left on it. Not sure whether to leave it on there or not. This probably should come off. Yeah, okay, let's cut it off. From looking at the instructions on this kit compared to the retaining wall kits that I built in a previous video, this looks a lot more difficult. Okay, let's put that on with the other walls. Yeah, so what my initial thinking was that this was like a platform edge, and you can leave a wall on there to make it easier, but I don't know. I'm just going to do it from scratch, I think. Right, So this platform is going to be on the edge of the line side. It's not going to be between two tracks. I say it's going to be. If I use it, it's going to be like that. So the width of it doesn't really matter too much. I can, which is quite good because I can sort of experiment with it. So I've literally just drawn a line on a bit of paper. I'm kind of saying that is how wide I want my platform to be, which is, I think it's similar to like the Hornby platform pieces. But so I'm going to turn it over. I'll grab a pencil and I'm going to draw a couple of marks on here, or more than a couple. Right, just out of interest, I have a ruler here. Okay, so we are looking at pretty much bang on 7 centimeters width. Right, so put my metal ruler on. I'm not sure if cutting it from behind is the best thing to do or not, to be honest. Right, so there's that. Get my knife. This will take a few cuts to get through this. Nearly through. Okay, that sounds about it. Just one more bit at the end. Okay. Right, okay, that's cut pretty well. I've got no flayed pieces at the edges, so that is one platform piece. Ideal. Right, so I think I might do the end. Okay, there's a note here. It's important that you plan exactly how much platform you need, just where it will stand before you start to build. If you need ramps, then you will need to score along the top 68mm from the end of the platform to allow the card to bend down to the slope. So let's do that now. Let's not mess around, let's just get that done. I guess it makes sense to work from one end to the next. So 68mm from the end. This doesn't actually look straight. Let's have a look. So we've got 71mm there. And 72mm there. So yeah, we're not perfectly straight, but we will live with it. Right. Okay, let's make this our end. So you got to score from the top. Right, so 68mm. So 68 would be about there. Just mark one on this edge as well. Okay. Right, so now trying to find my little score marks. Right. Wish I had better light in this room. It's terrible. It's like a eco-friendly light bulb. Can't see a thing. Right. So that looks pretty lined up. So we're just going to score like so, and that will enable us to bend. Do I need a deeper score? Maybe I need a deeper score. Okay, there we go, there's our bend at the end. Bend at the end. Right. Okay, let's just build this bit. Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, what's next? Right, thin grey strips. So we've got these in one of these. So what it says is turn the tarmac top over and place down on your very clean, in capitals, work surface. Fix the thin grey card strip to the rail side edge of the platform. Fit flush to the edge. So these thin grey strips, there's no cutting pieces or anything. There's no scored pieces, so we're just going to have to cut them as we need them. Not sure if that includes the sloped bit. Yep, leave a gap where it slopes down, so they're about the right kind of length. Where's my blade? There he is. Right. So let's just cut through one of these. Okay, that's why it felt thick, because I was cutting through two. Right, there we go. So there's one that we've got out. Now these feel kind of rounded on one side and flat on the other. So we're going to line it up with our platform. So we're going to leave, looking at the picture, we're going to leave a tiny little gap at the end, and we want a gap where it joins that. So let's cut through that like so. Right, now as this is the factory end, the factory side, factory cut side I should say, we're going to use that as our platform edge. So there's the glue. Glue's gone. Glue's fallen over. Right. So we have our two sections cut. These little pieces here, which the instructions say to glue right on the edge, like that, which I will do now. And obviously when you're using this glue, make sure you don't touch the surface with your gluey fingers like I just have here. Okay, that's that bit. Right, let's have a look at the next step. Right, so because the piece I'm doing is an end section, it's got these strengthening pieces. You've got to use this as a template to cut out your sloped wall section. So I'm going to do that. So basically I'm going to be placing that on there and cutting along that edge, albeit with a straight edge. I don't think it's going to be perfect because the very top lip of that is going to be sat behind a piece of like a little, what's it thing. Might actually cut it like that so I've got equal pieces, equal-ish pieces. Yeah, let's try that. Should we try that? Yeah, let's try that. Line our straight edge up with that. Push down, move it out of the way, and there we go. So two pieces, hopefully pretty similar, one for one side, one for the other. So this is basically going to sit somewhere like that. Let me turn the white balance down a tiny bit, a little bit better. So yeah, that's going to sit something like that. Right, so it's now mentioned these little tabs here. Now you don't cut these out in squares, you cut them out in pairs. That rhymed. So they can be folded, but I'm not sure which way. So what I might do is just cut them all out, and then I can play around with them and see what they're like. Okay, so it looks like we can do one cut all the way down the middle, I think. Yeah, let's do that anyway. So, put one of them to one side, and then we can go like that. So that's given us our little L-shape brackets, strengthening brackets. Now some of them, from what I can see, you do cut out and have them as singles, but I'm just going to go through most of them. Let's leave it at that for now. Right. So we have our angle piece, and we have our nicely done bit there. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue that along there, and we're going to line up this corner here with the concave angle there. Concave or convex, whatever it is, which is easier said than done. Right, okay, let's just clean this. Okay, so I'm going to glue along this edge here. And along here. Double check how far we need to go. We're going to go to about there. Right. Right, that's worked quite well. Just give it a couple of minutes to get tacky, but on the whole that looks pretty good. Quite pleased with that. Right, so once you've done that, right, so these tabs here can either be done as singles, which you can just fix vertically like that, or you can have them as little L-shaped tabs and glue them like that. However, from looking at that, they do protrude a little bit. Let's try the other way around. That's not too clever. Are they supposed to be like that? Not sure. Right, so I'm going to trim a tiny little bit off a couple of these. Just put a small amount of glue on each edge. Not going to go crazy with it. I'm going to put one here. Right, so the problem is I'm not actually sure what I'm going to be doing with this, so it's getting quite hard to plan how much more I need to build onto it and stuff like that. I suppose I need to do the other side the same as I've done this, so we may as well crack on and get that done, which means we need more these little edge pieces. I'm starting to see why nobody that I've found has done a video on building these before, because it is going to be so unique to your own station that it's quite hard to plan out like that. Right, so we can see now I've added the slope section on both sides of the platform. I've also added a slightly longer piece on here joined them there while matching the brickwork as best as I can, and I put a strengthening brace thing behind that. So I'm just going to add another piece on here now. It's all trial and error. So on one side it sort of lines up better than on the other, brickwork wise, but that's not too bad. Right, so just get another strengthening piece ready. It's weird that it appears you've got to cut a little bit off of these. Maybe there's a reason for that, I'm not sure. Back to the instructions and have a look. Right, so we've done this piece here, and we've done some of that. So the next one is so it kind of goes into the detail here about making the ramp, but I've already sort of done that. Right, so I think what it's saying is you're using these sloped pieces here, and we can place them behind there for additional strength, which we may as well do. That like that. Now on this one, because I've put a brace there, this obviously isn't going to fit in here, so I have to cut it. There, so we put our glue on this face. Right, that's that. Right, so then it talks about strengthening pieces, more strengthening pieces. Right, so I'll just cut one of these out. There we go. Now it says here, so you score a little section of it at a right angle, which we will do like so. So that enables that edge to bend, and then we basically, where this is going to go is we're going to have one piece there, and then we'll do another score somewhere around there. And then we'll just cut this off here. So this piece can sit, for example, somewhere like there, which we will do now. And instantly we are much more rigid. So that's quite good. Right. So because I'm sort of making this up as I go along, and this isn't actually planned to go anywhere specific, it gives you options to have one end of the platform like a wall, just a straight wall, as if there was like a road or car park behind it. However, I've done mine as a platform as if there's a track on either side, and I'll stick to that for now. So what we have is some edging pieces, which are gonna go, let me have a read. Right, so these are the edging pieces, and they're basically just stickers. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a join where the platform goes down. Oh, is it a bit silly? Like that. And then this end piece here, I can just kind of cut off. Like so. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. Looks maybe better than I thought it would. I think the maximum it gives you is enough material to make a 7-foot long platform, but going by this, I would say only if you're having the platform on one side. I don't know, I'll work it out in a minute. I guess these are about a foot long, so I'd expect there to be 14 of these if it was possible to go both sides of the platform. Right, so we've now stuck the edging strip on both sides. This end one here got a little bit damaged when I took it off, but we'll see what we can do about that. But I'm relatively pleased with that. I think it looks quite good. Not sure if I'm going to put a bit of grey paint along the edge here. Not sure there's any instructions to do so, but I'll have a look. But I think on the whole it's not too bad. It gives you some extra brickwork pieces that you can put over these joints. I think as the most unsightly joints are going to be between these sections of platform, which it does give you some self-adhesive stuff there which you could stick on. It's actually a slightly different shade as well. In fact, it looks worse on camera than it is actually in the flesh. I'm not sure how that would look, but yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty sturdy. I think the images do show that you should put more strengthening pieces in than I have here, or bracing pieces. But this was just a bit of an experiment. I may well use it if it all works out alright. I might make another section and see how easy it is to join onto this and what I can make that look like. So I might have a go at that in a minute. I'm going to go and have some lunch and possibly add that to the end of this video. Right, so I have cut another piece of platform surface, like a tarmac-y kind of material, and I've put the edge pieces on like so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to join it up and see what it's like. So because I haven't gone all the way to the end on this piece here, what I'm going to do is with this next piece I'm going to butt it up like so, and the same on the other side. And once I've got those in place, I will add a strengthening piece like what's on this bit here, going from this end across onto the other piece, to give it extra strength. So first of all, we'll make sure we've got the most appropriate brickwork, whichever bit lines up the best, which I think is probably that one. Right, so here we go. So we'll start putting a line of glue on there. I'm not going to put it right to the edge because I don't want it to go through the gap and end up on the platform. Obviously this isn't going to go right to the end of this platform, so whatever this joins to, which obviously I haven't decided yet, will be something else I'll have to work on. Right, that seems alright. So we'll get our next piece and do the same with the brickwork, see what lines up the best. That looks pretty good. Sorry it's off camera a little bit. Right. There we go. There's score line on the other edge. So that edge is going to fold over that way. This one's going to fold over that way. And then it gives us a mountain bit there. And a bit there. That's going to work. Right, so then we're going to go there. And there. There we go. Not too bad. Right, got a new one cut out. So I'll do the same, put some score marks on one end of this. And then we'll cut it off. We'll just cut this in half actually. And then I'll add a couple of these little strengthening angle bits. I think what I might do is put a strengthening piece on this join here. So this is where the two wall bits join together. Okay, so I've actually put that on the join between the two flat platform pieces and the two wall pieces. I reckon that's going to be fairly strong now. I'll just let the glue dry a little bit and then I'll turn it over and see what it looks like. Right. So let's carefully flip it over. Right. So this join is very visible, I would say, and I've got a slight overlap here. I'm wondering if I can trim this. So now what we'll do is I'm wondering what this stuff will be like if I was to cut a small strip of that. Is that going to be really visible? Alright, so I'm wondering what this would actually look like. Is it going to look better or worse, or I don't know. Let's have a go. Maybe you should do a slightly thicker piece than this. Yeah, to me that just looks even worse. So let's stick these edge pieces on and then we'll see where we're at. Quite a fiddler, especially if you've got big sausage fingers like me. Good thing is it doesn't tack brilliantly, which in the long run might be a bad thing, but in the short run it's quite good. Right, on the whole, I don't think it looks too bad. Right. That join concerns me, not too keen on that. And I think the key with the edge pieces here would be to basically get them as long as you can, so you have as least amount of joins as possible. I didn't really know what I was doing with this, and I still don't, to be fair, so that's why I've got more joins than what I would like to have. So that's the underside, which, yes, I can put more bracing pieces in there if I wish, but as it is, it's fairly rigid. So there we go, there's the start of it. Needs a bit of tidying up, these pieces here. I might paint a bit of grey paint along here, but I don't think it's too bad. So yeah, a bit more work to do and a bit more planning, definitely, but I'm fairly pleased with how that's come out. Yet to decide if I'm actually going to use it, but still, it's a start. I am one step further towards actually having a station on my layout. So thanks for watching for now, and I'll catch you in a bit. Click the top link for the previous video, and you can click the bottom link if you would like to subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye bye.